Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of the Patreon server tour. Today we are taking a look at 5 more bases, and we're starting off today with Silver Fox, aka Zane Hayami's base.
Hello.
What do you got to show me?
Well, first off, I want to show you my glutton for punishment with my little nether tunnel. But
oh goodness.
I love, like, I have fear of heights, so I thought this would be a perfect way to punish myself when I do something bad.
This looks like something Mrs. Wells would be terrified of.
I walked very slowly across it.
Well, the intent and purpose of it all was to terrify people to not come to my base.
Makes sense. Oh, I like the banner.
Crafting Mantis actually fashioned that up for me, and this is my means of transportation before we got Elytras, because I'm like 10,000 blocks out.
Excellent. Very cool.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so then we come to the base proper, and we got a nice wooden pathway that leads down, it looks like.
Yeah, just a heads up, I literally spent like 4 hours on this pathway, so it's not the best.
Hey, that's all right. It's wooden, it gets the job done, it tells you where you're supposed to go. What more do you need from a pathway, you know?
Ooh, nice.
I got to the point where I was sitting there like, you know what? To get to my nether portal, you literally have to swim through my lake, so I need to fix that.
Yeah, pathways make everything a little bit easier, for sure. All right, so walk me through the base.
Nice.
First things first is this is my little house I had set up. Up until about a month ago, it did not have a roof, and it's been here since the server was up. So that lets you know how much I hate doing roofs. I've got a little disposable garbage can. You can put your shulker boxes on top of that, pull off the hopper, and then you can just drop all your shulker box off. Like if you're burning a bunch of cobble and stuff and you don't feel like throwing it in lava or whatever.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
Nice utility.
That's a diorite eater then?
I actually like diorite for certain reasons. Hush.
Oh, banned. Banned for sure.
Okay, tour's over. Next.
No.
All right, what else you got to show me?
Well, this was your standard chicken cooker before it broke, and I can't do this with push to talk. Someone pushed this button, I got it.
There we go. Oh. I made it. Okay.
I got the pressure plates down.
So you got a super smelter here, it looks like.
Yeah, it's all automated too. Coming night?
Oh, all right. Sorry. All right, I'm here.
So where's the input for this?
The input's right here.
Oh, I see.
Coal for fuel and brick for this. The brick is tacky, but I did the best I could because I wanted to go for an old factory feel.
Mm-hmm.
But you can break that door if you want because it's hard to keep open.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna leave this trap, this prison. The iron doors are. Okay, so we've got super smelter, an original house, and then what is this? Is this your storage room? I see a lot of chests inside.
I'm still trying to get out of the smelter. I was gonna show off my redstone down the bottom, but that didn't work out too well. I could probably cut from the top.
Mrs. W, you're gonna have puppies following you everywhere. Keep feeding them.
Yeah, this
I haven't seen any puppies yet. I fed them all already.
Ooh, this is cool.
Yeah, this is my storage house. Like, I used to have all my chests over on one wall, and then I had someone come over here and basically organize it for me because I was too lazy. But actually, underneath it, about right through here, is a giant chasm. So don't worry.
Ah, interesting.
Floor is interesting. That's an interesting color to go with. You know,
In my defense, I'm like fairly colorblind. Like, I can see colors, but they just don't mesh well together for me.
It works. And I like the variation of the different woods in the walls. Make it look a little bit more interesting. Yeah, this is nice. And then over here,
a lot of people help me with that.
And then over here we have stables for all the different llamas, and I see a skeleton horse, a couple sheep.
Mrs. W got excited.
Yes,
But it's house here too.
I had a lot of animals here, and they all like suffocated in walls or something. I don't know, so I kind of like lost inspiration to finish this up. But this is actually one of my more proper happy builds.
Cool. Well, it's awesome.
What is this llama wearing? Is this llama wearing a white carpet?
Yes, yeah, it's white carpet.
Okay. Well, yeah, this is super cool. I'd love to stick around and look at more, but we have to move on. So let's head over and take a look at Armour Blue's base. All right, guys, we are back, and we're here taking a look at Armour Blue's base, and I already see some pretty unique and very kind of cool landscaping. I really like what you did with the like the grass tendrils, I guess we call them. Yeah, it's super cool.
Oh, wow, from the air it looks really neat.
It is a Mandelbrot fractal.
Mandelbrot fractal.
Yeah.
I have no
Oh.
idea what that is, but it looks cool.
That's very cool.
Basically a visual representation of a mathematical equation.
That sounds way too complicated for my relatively small brain.
Ever heard of chaos?
Um,
Chaos theory?
not really, honestly.
Yes.
Okay, because this is one of the fundamental shapes that's associated with it.
Interesting. That's very cool, though. I like
See-
it. So, how do I get into the actual
That's-
base itself? Is it the
There-
staircase?
Yeah,
Aha.
the staircase.
Okay. And then you got all sorts of stuff going on down here. You've got like an
Oh,
underground.
there's a creeper.
Oh, I see it. Hold on. Allow me to. Creeper's dead. Problem solved.
It's very
Nice.
basic in the way of farms and storage.
It works though. Like anytime you go underground and you add grass and foliage and stuff, like it always ends up looking good.
Mm-hmm.
So, walk me through the base. Give me the grand tour.
Well, I have from the staircase, there's the wheat farms and such to the right, and there's a well behind here.
Okay,
Cool.
gotcha.
And is there a knight in the well?
Oh, and then you got log storage over here. Okay, little stack
Yeah,
of
I didn't-
logs.
Didn't quite know what to do with that room.
Hey, fill it with something. It works. And then you got looks like
I've got a stable in here,
yep.
and my fish farm is the next stop here.
Okay, little AFK fishing farm, NHO approved. Got it.
NHO approved.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You mean OHO?
No, I meant NHO. They're huge on the AFK fishing farms. They've all used them.
We
My-
think about different NHO. Yes.
And mine is down this way. Just-
Okay, cool. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to show off here?
No, that's it.
That's it. All right, cool. Well, then let's move
That's
on
very
to
cool.
to Pixie. All right, guys, we are back, and we're here to take a look at what Pixie has to show us. What do we got?
Okay, so basically this isn't my base. I was working at my base, and then I discovered that near the town there's this beautiful village, and I decided to make it pretty. And I think Typhonus came and he helped some. He was working at the temple. It's right over there. So we took some inspiration from that, and then we created the village.
Ah, so we got like a village transformation / desert temple transformation project going on here, basically.
Yes.
Very cool. Yeah, and
So
this is awesome.
yeah, so each building has a different thing. So if we start here at the end, there's like this little, like what would you say, a farmer shack type of thing,
Okay.
just for the crops, and then you can just go on, and over here it's just like this little like office type of thingy, but like a really small one.
Okay.
And over here is a cafe
Oh, very
for the
cool.
people that comes to the temple, so they can come and drink something here.
Nice. I like how there's kind of like this whole story as well, right? Like you put thought into, oh, well, the people would come to the temple and then they'd be hungry, so they'd want to go to the cafe. And then over here's where the farmer's store, that, you know what I mean? Like that kind of lore, that backstory, that's always an awesome thing to have to help kind of keep you inspired, for sure.
Yes, that's exactly what we went for. And then we have the little gallery of the knights. It's all the different languages. So I'm Afrikaans, so this is ridder. It is it means a knight in Afrikaans, and then there's the different languages.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Very
yes.
cool. So we got... I actually did not know. I still will not remember half of these words, but very cool. I do recognize chevalier, I think is how it's pronounced. Chevalier, something like that. The French.
Yes.
I'd recognize
Yes.
the spelling of it. I can't speak French, but very cool. That's a very interesting idea to have the word knight in all the different languages. That's learning. Oh, and then the new Wellsington National Geographic Society.
Yes, this is the one that Typhonacy did this whole decoration of this room, and I think it's really pretty.
Yeah, this is nice. And then the temple. Oh, then there's Endstone. I didn't even see it at first because of my shaders. But yeah, Endstone in the pathways. Cool. And then we've got the temple. And did you say that you and Typhonus did the temple, or was that primarily
No,
Typhonus?
it was just him. He did that, and it's really incredible. He's not on right now, but I think it's something worth seeing. He really did a lot of effort into that.
Yeah, this is cool. And I really like how he took the kind of Minecraft natural generation, right? Like the way that a desert temple looks when it generates naturally in Minecraft, and kind of took that theme and ran with it to create something much cooler.
Yes, the whole idea is so this temple was on the sand, and then they came in and they're starting to I don't know what you call it in English, but they're just starting to clean it up, so it's getting restored into its former
so
They're
self.
excavating it.
Excavating it. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's
Okay.
the word.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that explains this. That's cool. That's actually a really cool idea. I like it. That's awesome.
Yes, it's very nice.
That's sweet.
Oh, I like the walkways.
Yeah, the walkways are pretty cool too.
More
Yeah.
like a fortress than a temple. A temple fortress, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
We'll go with that. A temple fortress.
Yeah, that's very cool. Is there anything else you want to show, Pixie?
No, this is all. I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just showing this.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. This is very cool. So next we
pleasure.
will take a look at what Pineleaf's got. All right, and we're back, and we're going to take a look at Pineleaf's base. What do you got, Pineleaf?
All right, we'll begin with this tunnel here, which I built a lot of the tunnels leading on the south side. The one that goes down here I built for another member, Geo Winner, when he had this thing like when we had the glass over earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Though I decided not to put glass on the bottom. I put something on there. But one time I have a portal down in this way, which leads to a village.
Mm-hmm.
And I accidentally left it open, and all these villagers came to the nether, so I just decided to turn this into a trade hub or whatever anyone else wanted to do with the village.
Easiest villager breeder ever.
Yeah,
No kidding.
accidentally leave it open, and there you do that. So let's go.
I see the potential for a tutorial now. Easiest villager breeder in Minecraft. 1.5
That's not-
million views.
It's
All
not
right.
clickbaity at all.
Yeah, into the overworld. Some of those villagers wandered into here.
Okay. So, easiest double villager breeder in Minecraft.
Yes. Now, this way leads to my various farms, but we don't need to show that off. So what we have right here is my lighthouse. I had a lighthouse theme this year.
Okay.
So therefore, at the community center, I built a small lighthouse along the river, and that's my home in the community area. So we have this one. If you could turn it to night, you could see the lights turn on.
Bam.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. And it like
Yes.
rotates it. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and it rotates. Yeah,
magic.
I built that when one of the hermits was thinking of doing something like that, and I said, "Oh, I think I know how to get it to rotate." So I did this, and I had it where there was a little jiggle in there. So then the hermit went and did a build which slightly improved on the matter. So then I updated this to follow that.
That's cool. That's very cool. I also like anytime you're using bone blocks and wood together,
Yeah.
I approve.
Yeah.
It's two blocks that go together very, very well. This is very cool though. And then the
Yeah.
pathway as well is that sandstone? Yeah, that's sandstone.
Yeah, sandstone in the middle, and then nether brick on the side. In the underground area where the nether was, then I used birch and spruce. Now the inside, of course, isn't much. I just used the downstairs for storage.
Okay, let's swing it. Okay, yeah. So we got all sorts of storage here.
She's trying to take all of my. She's feeding all the dog. Yeah, so therefore, there's a bit of torch fan here, and nothing really is upstairs. It's just I just turned this into a storage area.
Okay.
And that the top floor is just where I have the beacon. But I have another item to show,
Okay.
and that's down this way down the road.
Right behind you.
Yeah. If I could take off. No, I can't take off. I just don't have the talent for taking off.
Oh.
We need some tutorials from Cub Fan.
Oh, now it's coming into view. I see
Oh,
it.
yeah, you can see it. Yes. This was something that was inspired when we'll be seeing later the Towers of Babylon.
Okay.
And when Mantis did the Towers of Babylon, I thought, well, since I'm doing lighthouses this year, why don't I do the Lighthouse of Pharos?
Ah, gotcha.
And that's what this is, the Lighthouse of Pharos, full scale.
That's super cool.
Ooh, yeah. And it has 3 sections up. Of course, we don't know 100% sure we do know it was in 3 sections like this, and I based it off of a couple of drawings on there, and I decided to have a ramp on the outside.
Oh my
in
goodness.
this section going all the way up with a cylindrical core.
Oh Jesus, yeah, I know. I'm coming down it right now.
I'm gonna get dizzy.
Yeah.
Might have to underpearl up.
Oh yeah, wow.
All right, you know what? We're going out a window and we're creatively flying up.
Yeah,
There
that's
we go.
probably that's actually something that I did a lot during the building phase.
Oh, and then we got the gift shop. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, the gift shop, because some people speculate that they did actually have a gift shop in it. So probably, yeah, since it was a tourist trap.
Interesting.
Even back in I guess Alexander's sons who had it built.
That's super cool. And huge. It's massive. Like
Oh yes, massive is definitely something to. I finally decided, okay, let me finally succeed in doing a massive build. Because
yeah, very, very cool. Awesome. Okay, well, anything else you want to show off while we're here, Pine Leaf?
yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Those are all the good builds.
Okay, well, in that case, we will wrap up our tour with Knight, who's actually going to show us crafting Mantis's build first, and then we're going to go to Knight's place. So lead the way. All right, and we are back. Knight, you said this was crafting Mantis who did this?
That is correct. This is
Ew.
Crafting Mantis's area. She staked out her claim. I think we agreed on plot sizes, and so she staked out her claim, and so she built this mountain here. This is custom terrain over in this direction. And then from the mountain, she put a lake on top of it, and then a heavenly stairway to the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, which is what this massive structure in the sky is. And then, of course, Duck tagged her pond with a giant rubber ducky.
Of course, the giant rubber ducky.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So Mantis,
Awesome.
she has some other builds in this area, but the only one that I can speak to is this one because I supplied a lot of the sandstone, which we'll see when we go to my place. You'll see why. But yeah, these are the Hanging Gardens of Babylon with custom trees up top. So these are actually custom Middle Eastern trees. So there's she had signs for them. I don't know if they're still there or not, but yeah, she built this all herself over the course of several weeks.
Wow.
And it came out really nice.
Yeah, this is quite the project,
Mm-hmm.
to
Yep.
say the least. And then we've
Yeah.
got this is so big that like I can't even render the entire thing at once.
No, you can't. No. And then put, decor on the, I mean, the limited, the more it goes down because it's just such a volume to decorate, but just like an intricate detail on every level. Lighting taken care of, terrain, waterfalls, I mean, the works.
Yeah.
Oh, the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Nice,
Oh,
Becky.
yeah. When you come inside, I see. We've got waterfalls and
Mhm.
stuff going. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
And then the last thing to note with this is the design on the underside. So it's a giant floating mandala with a intricate pattern on the underside. So if you fly down underneath it, you can see I think it looks like a flower. She explained to me what it was. Oh, rip.
It almost looks like a sun or some type of flower there.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a cool little fort-looking thing down here, too. So is this
Yeah.
all her
Yep.
builds?
This is all hers.
Kind of all around here?
Yep.
There's all sorts of good stuff over here. Very cool.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Unfortunately, she couldn't make it. But...
I did see the flower. I'm going to call it a flower, too. It looks like a flower to me.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that
lotus?
earlier. That's very cool.
It's supposed to be a sunflower.
Okay, there you go.
Which I will note is a type of flower. I'm just
But
throwing
it's
that
a
out there.
sunflower.
But it's still a flower. Anyway.
This is so cool.
So, yeah, that's fantastic. So then you said you drew some inspiration from that to show for your own build that you wanted to show?
Oh, for me, I supplied materials.
Okay.
This, yeah. So as you noticed, a lot of it was sandstone.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see where she got the bulk of it when we go to check out my builds next.
Okay. Well, why don't we head over
Fun.
there? All right. And we're here. What did you want to show me over here?
Well, this is the port and harbor of New Welsington. So this was my little pet project that just spiraled massively out of control and then it actually turned into my base. So. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier in one of the other videos, when we took a tour here, this is actually one of the first builds that we put on the server. The fountain where the beacon is where Nevermo started his build, and I came over here, and this was all sand. There was a massive mountain where the ship was. That's where all that sandstone went.
Okay.
So a massive amount of landscaping done. And then I built the commercial port first here, and so I just put some cranes over, just some basic supplies. We've got the residential marina over here, so you have every kind of boat you could want. Just put an iron ingot, take out a boat. You got your piers over here.
Mm-hmm.
This first structure over here is the Seaside Inn. So just for when the sailors and merchants and maritime people come ashore, they're going to want to stop, get a drink. They're checking for a room for the night. So that's what all of this is in here. A lot of the interior decorating was done by Crafting Mantis. So just your standard inn with then your fireplace and your kind of bar downstairs.
Gotcha. And we do have fire spread turned off on the server for anyone wondering.
Yes, we do, because that burned down several times.
Yeah,
So-
we didn't have it at the start of the season, but we do now.
This was the first auto smelter I built on the server right over here, and I moved it probably 3 or 4 times. When people first started building stuff here, nobody had a smelter, so I quick threw this together, and it's a semi-automatic auto smelter for a lot of the larger scale builds that people did over here.
Gotcha.
And then I started going into this more military district over here for more like a naval port, so not so much commercial anymore. And this ended up turning out to be my base. So when you first come over here, you notice there's some forklifts. There's the massive crane here that's picking up one of the turrets for the battle cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got these 2 builds down here on this first level. So this is the warehouse. So inside here, we have extra supplies. You've got uniforms for the sailors. You've got extra boats. You've got extra supplies.
Oh, cool.
Actually, there is a trap in here that I set as well. That we had someone at one point in time who had sticky fingers, shall we say. And I left a tantalizing surprise for them by a little Silk Touch book. I would not take that book out. Actually, if you guys back up and let Wells stand where he is, you can go ahead and take that book out now, Wells.
100% effective.
See, so that was for any thieving pirates that decided to come by and steal my equipment. And then they would be killed and their stuff would be collected. So there was some piracy and lawlessness in the early days of the server, and then any item that goes back in, we'll close it back up. So, but yeah, this is the warehouse.
That's a really good trap.
Yeah, I figured it'd be a clever way of catching someone. This is the foundry. So this is a massive clay pot that's dumping out liquid metal. It's being sand cast and forged over here. So this is the foundry with the blast furnace all the way at the back here. So you have controls that turn the blast furnace on and off. So if I want to turn all this off, I can flood it, turn it off. And then once the crucible comes back over, you put your raw ores back in, you fire it back up. Got all your coal to fuel it back here, as well as your raw ores. So before it gets melted down. And then the machine shop is over here on the side with lathes, mills, CNCs, all that good stuff.
That's awesome.
I'm an engineer by trade, so I wouldn't be right if I didn't try to make this as real as possible.
I was going to say, I can tell that you either have done obscene amounts of research or this is something that you already kind of knew inside and out, because there's so many little details and realistic touches. I'm a huge fan. Very cool.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've got. I just finished up my master's in engineering, actually. So yeah,
congratulations.
I've been doing this. Thank you. Been doing it for a while, so I figured it's a blessing and a curse because I try to build things too realistic, and Minecraft really limits you on certain things. So
sure,
challenges your creativity. So up here is kind of more the administrative, I guess, harbor master kind of thing you'd call. So I built a couple like portables over here, and I wanted to challenge myself and build one diagonally. And actually, this diagonal one I thought was a lot easier to build than this, the one to the right over here. So they're just like the harbor master's office. So you would see these in any port where they ship in goods and whatnot. So those were a cool little build. Over here is this is the for the sailors. I'm not a military person, so I don't know what it is, but Crafting Mantis helped me out, so she built this. Rec room downstairs, bunk and racks are upstairs, so this is just your standard spot for when they would come in.
Gotcha. So it's like your barracks, basically. Although they may call it something different in the Navy. I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah. But not sure either.
Yeah.
And what Navy base wouldn't be complete without a place to stop and take a drink? So if you see over here, we have a massive barrel on its side with a big old glass of root beer out front, and this is the brew house, or Das Brew House, as I like to call it. Make sure you have your sound turned up when you come in and walk across the pressure plates. Not sure if you can hear that or not, but it's supposed to be an actual German drinking song. I looked up the notes and I programmed the blocks downstairs. So
that's fantastic.
It's a semi-automatic custom brewing setup. So I've seen a lot of tutorials on YouTube about people making semi-automatic and automatic brew stands. And I thought, well, I like to build those types of things, but I want them to also be aesthetically pleasing. So why not make it inside of a massive barrel? So yeah, it's a semi-automatic brewing stand. You just click the button of the item you want. It drops into the water, comes over here to the side, and then you can add things like glowstone, redstone, gunpowder, change it to what you want, and then you have your custom brewed item over here.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, if you hit the pressure pads on the way out, it'll play again. Sorry.
That's all right. I mean, anytime you're mixing form and function, I think those are like the coolest builds in Minecraft, in my opinion. Anytime you're getting both, because it's easy to do form and it's easy to do function, but sometimes it's very difficult to combine the two. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll save the best for last. So this is the USS Wanderer. I actually named it after Wandering Nerd because he was the very first person on the server to help me with it, so I thought I'd be nice and name it after him. So if you want to hit the gangplank right here and come aboard. This was a very, very intense project, but I gotta say I really like the way it turned out in hindsight. I'm kind of cheating and using a clay texture pack because I absolutely abhor vanilla texture packs for clay. I just think they don't do it justice, so I'm using one that's slightly different from vanilla, gives it a more actual gray look, but I don't think it's terrible without it, but I think it's better with it.
Yeah, I can see.
So
I wonder... I wonder if I put on my Kingdoms texture pack.
I'm curious to see what'll happen.
Because I know that all of my clay colors are actual, like, proper...
Yeah,
they're
I
supposed
found
to
one.
be. They're supposed to be.
I found one that did the same, right.
My light... Why you know work texture pack? My light gray is actually supposed to be light gray. I don't know. Maybe something got messed up.
Not a problem. Yeah, it's supposed to be just 2 different tones of gray, and then at the back of the boat here is Mrs. W's favorite. It's a little, it's supposed to be a reconnaissance fighter, because this is actually a battle cruiser. It's not a battleship. It would be meant to escort the heavier ships, but it's not a little destroyer. And if you actually sit in it, you kind of feel like you're in a plane. Like it's got to be my favorite part about that build.
Very
Totally cool.
That's awesome.
All right, let's take a look inside real quick. I'll go fast because this thing literally turned into a floating city. So I tried to not get carried away, but it didn't really happen.
So easy to do, though. So easy to get carried away on something like this, for sure.
All right, so in the middle of the ship here, if I can get through the door with the button, you've got barracks for the sailors that are on board that are actually sleeping. Let's see, I got a ladder back here. I didn't really polish this up as well as I wanted to, and I'm sorry if anybody gets lost. I'll do my best to try to shepherd everyone along, but yeah, it got out of hand quick. So enchanting room, and then viewing at the very back of the ship, so you can kind of overlook the area. There are a million different little pathways to get to all the different little anti-aircraft turrets, so if you want to try and explore and go look for those, that's fine. I'll just kind of stick to the main parts. But yeah, so more midship batteries, small turrets. Let me go back inside and I'll show you more of the inside. We'll go up to the top. I'll show you the bridge. Yeah, let's go this way. So I have a minecart elevator that I use to go up and down. It's a little tricky, but when you get to the top, just kind of hop out and go to the right.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so this is the bridge. So I decided I should bring some villagers in to kind of incorporate them into the build. So you have your navigation officer here. He was a snot to get in that spot right there. I'll tell you what. He was a pain in the butt. I actually had to put snow underneath him because he wouldn't sit in the proper layers. So there's about 2 or 3 layers of snow underneath him to get him jacked up to where he needed to be.
Huh.
Yeah, he sat too low or too high. He wouldn't fit just right. So I decided to nudge him in there with that. This is the observation platform up here. And then this is your view outside. So this is where you kind of get a overview of the port. You get to see everything else. Nice view of the ship from the top down. I'll go back inside real quick. Go down and check out the lower levels. So I'll show you midship where you have your armory. And go back down this way. Again, sorry if people are getting lost. I know it's kind of chaotic. Yeah, just hop out of it and go. I think...
I'm just going to fly. It's probably
yeah,
easier.
there you go. All right, so I'm at midship now. Pine Leaf is here with me as well.
I have a solution.
Pixies. Yeah, sorry.
Bam! Look at that
said,
magic.
All right, so you've got your equipment officer who gives you your armor. You got your weapons officer who gives you more tools and stuff. And then this is the actual armory and explosives itself. And at first, this room kind of seems inconspicuous. But if we take a inconspicuous redstone torch that is placed over on the wall and we come over here, bam, redstone magic.
Ooh.
With a self-breaking torch key. And then on the inside here is where I store my dragon eggs. Here, I'll push the button so you can come on through. It's a very tight quarters, so it's not going to work for a ton of people. But yeah, if you go up the stairs here right behind armor, this is my personal storage. So this is where I hid all my goodies. So when I first got the dragon head, I hid it in here. Hit some wither skulls. So this is all my personal secret private that nobody knows about totally because you guys aren't doing a tour or anything. Storage room. And then to get out, you come back down the stairs and there's a little button here. I'll hold it for you guys to get out.
Okay, cool.
So just go on back through the armor stand and then we'll go to the bottom of the ship and that's about it.
Awesome.
Just hit that button, Pine, and then you can come out.
Oh, what button?
There should be a button directly above your head.
Oh, that button.
Yep. All right, so then we take this downstairs, and ta-da! This is my bottom of the ship storage. So this is where all of my goodies and supplies are. Got a couple redstone contraptions over here, just a sugarcane farm, cactus farm, another wart farm. There was a vine farm over there. I was going to try to add some more entities and more items in the ship, but it's getting pretty laggy. So I decided it was best to just kind of leave it as it is.
Sure. Okay, well, this is super awesome.
Oh, I see your anchor in the floor. That's cool.
Yep.
Cool
There's
detail.
an anchor outside that goes all the way down to the floor. So yeah, this is basically this is what I've spent the vast majority of my time on the server here doing.
Well,
a
it's
labor of love, but
well worth it, I'd say. Very, very cool. Very cool build. Absolutely awesome for sure.
thank you.
Unfortunately, though, we are out of time for this one. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. A good number of these people do have YouTube channels. Links in the description, so check those out. Send them some love from me. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next one.